Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today I want to talk about something that I kind of experienced in the last couple of weeks when I was on travel, and it really made me think about this topic of how do you find books for resale, whether that's eBay or Amazon or wherever you're selling. How do you find books? How do you source books when it's hard? When you just can't find good ones for resale? What do you do? How do you overcome that? So I think for new sellers or for people that just, they watch videos like some of the ones, I even post where from my area where there's hauls, and you think, I can never do that. I can never go into a place and find 10 or 15 or 20 books. And it's just difficult in my area. What are some alternatives? What are some things that you can do to improve that? So that's the topic. First I'd like to say thank you for the channel support, for new subscribers. Thanks for coming on board. For people that have been with me for the past year, I sincerely appreciate all of the comments and just the overall support. It means a lot. So with that, if you find this useful, hey, subscribe. We'll keep doing it and see what happens. So with that, let's jump right in. So yeah, I was on travel for the last almost 2 weeks, and when I travel, I like to find. I like to go to thrift stores or, bookstores and kind of see what I can find, and I stuff them in my luggage, and oftentimes my luggage space is kind of the limiting factor, right? But man, this trip, I was out in California around the Ventura area, just up the coast from LA for most of the time, and I tell you, the book sourcing for the first week and a half, I, didn't have as much time as I'd like to. I had to do my day job, right? But I was really hitting the dry wells, nothing coming up. And it made me think, man, if I lived in this area, what would I do? So, I've often said, if you've watched any of my other videos, I've said you can sell books. You can learn what to look for and what to buy. You can learn all of the nuances of listing. You can get through the shipping process. You can do all of that. The limiting factor for you and your success in selling books, it's two things. One, how much effort you want to put in, and two, what are your sources? How easy is it to find books in your area from both quantity and pricing? And that's the big limiting factor beyond what you want to put into it, because if it can be tough sledding if the books are not plentiful and they're not there. So I experienced that. I went to probably 5 thrift stores, after work. A lot of these are open till 7 or 8 o'clock. And then I dry wells. I think I was on my 5th thrift store before, and I think I had like 2 books. On this trip, I ended up buying 22 books and managing to get them in my luggage. So I'll probably show those in another video because I think they'd get too long on this one. But I did have some success, but man, it was tough, and it made me think, how would I find things? So, I was limited a little bit by what I could take home, and I did find a lot of $10 books that I passed over because, one, the luggage space of getting them home, but also just that pricing. If pricing is $3 or $4 each, the pricing was really high. It was tough, right? It just wasn't enough meat on the bone for the effort for me. So anyway, let's get to the meat of the bone. Speaking of that, how do you, if it's hard in your area, hard sourcing, it's hard to find books, what do you do? First off, number one is you need to set your expectations. When you watch videos of, in my area, I'm lucky. I go to my library bookstore. I might pull 10 or 15 books out every time. It's amazing. It's a gift that keeps on giving. If you don't have sources like that, you need to just set your expectations. It may take you longer. Your expectation may be find 2 or 3 books, okay? You just have to be patient. It means you're going to have to work a little bit harder, okay? But don't judge your success of sourcing based on what you're seeing, other people do. It's going to be particular to your area. You may do better, you may do worse than what you see on some of these haul videos, but set your expectations for you and your circumstance, okay? That'll save you a lot. And then you have to be patient. You'll build inventory, it just may take a little more time, all right? The next thing you have to do is, I think so one, set your expectations. I guess 2, we'll just say be patient. Number 3 is on pricing. A lot of the thrift stores I go to here in Alabama, northern Alabama, I get books for 50 cents or $1 each. If I pay $2 for a book, it's generally pretty high. When I was in California, lots of places were started at $2. Some of them were like $4 for a used book. So on that, you have to kind of set, what is it worth for you? You know, do you want to try to do maybe a little higher volume with lower profit, or are you going to hold out? So it's kind of something in a mindset you have to decide on what it makes it worth it for you to buy a book for $4 that you may only be able to sell, say, for 10. After fees, you know, you may only make $2 or $3, $4 off that book, and you know, you think, well, that's doubling my money. That's good. I'll do that. But that's a question you need to answer for yourself. Okay, so you know, what kind of profit am I willing to settle for, and have that in your mind. It'll free up a lot of whether books you may uncover books that you wouldn't necessarily, you know, other people might not buy. So that's another thing. So the other big thing is that you have to expand your style. And this goes into having multiple, I've done videos on this before, you know, having multiple sourcing options. If you are going to thrift stores and that's not doing it for you, you need to look for other things. You need to look for library bookstores. You need to look for estate sales. You need to look for flea markets, maybe even antique stores that may have good pricing on books. You need to look at online resources. You know, are people selling books or clearing out books on Facebook or Craigslist? You have to expand your sources. You can't just, you know, if these things are slim and you're not doing it, you have to expand. That's probably the biggest thing, is expanding your sourcing opportunities. Okay. The other thing is that you're going to have to possibly expand your geographic reach. Okay. So for me, like I was in the Ventura area, and I had one night I looked, there's a local out in that area in Camarillo. There's a great library bookstore. It's has tons of good stuff, but they're often priced pretty high. And I was going to go by it, and they were shut down for basically the month of January due to COVID. But then up in Thousand Oaks, there was another library that has a great bookstore, and that night it was open till 8 o'clock. It's 15 miles up the road, so, or down the road, whichever way you're going on the freeway. So I went there and I found probably 12 books there, and they were priced moderately. They were nonfiction were $1. It didn't matter if it was paperback or hardback; they were all $1. So I hit good selection, great selection actually, and great pricing, and it was 15 miles away from where I was. So you have to expand your geographic influence, right? And that might not be something that you can do daily, but maybe every weekend, you just go by, or pick one day in the afternoon. You know, make it a date night. Don't tell your significant other that you're going to go and then, you know, have dinner and then look for books. Just surprise them. See how it works out. But you're going to have to expand that geographic reach. Okay, that's just simple. You got to get more sources. The other thing you have to do is you're going to have to be creative. Okay, these are things that some viewers have commented on past similar videos. Okay, I've had viewers that said, well, they put ads out on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist saying that they will buy books. They will come pick them up. They buy them by the pound. That simple thing where you post something saying you will buy, you know, can bring you business in. I had another viewer that said they posted a notice up in their post office. Small town, they had a post office. You could put ads in, you know, even so there's not as many print papers now. Some papers still have online editions that you can put ads, a lot of times for free. You know, I know we also used to have the old thrifty nickels. You know, some of those still circulate around. Put ads out for those that you will buy books. You know, be creative on your online, your Facebook, your Craigslist, and any of your online papers. Post notices in your grocery stores, your post offices, if they have community boards, anywhere that's got a community board, just do something up. You know, we'll buy books. Decide if you're going to do it, you know, by the pound. If you're just going to do it upon inspection, tell them you'll come pick them up. It'll help you. Okay, you're being creative here. The other thing is, you know, along this is develop relationships with, when you go to an estate sale, get to know the people at the estate sale. Find out, hey, if you have books and you're not selling them, you have some left over, give me a call. I'll come check them out. You go to thrift stores, develop relationships. Find out when they put new stock out, so that, especially if it's a drive for you, are they putting out stock daily, or are they putting out stock on Tuesday and Thursday? The library I was at in Thousand Oaks, California, the girl at the desk told me that they put new stuff out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You probably don't want to show up on a Saturday there. You probably want to show up either on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night and see that new stock. So these are all things that you can do. And so what was going through my mind when, after the dry wells on those first 5 thrift stores, and it ended up, the few times I hit and stopped at places, I still pulled 22 books, which is, not bad for kind of after hours stuff. So it was on my mind. Those are some tips, some pointers. Ultimately, the old saying is, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And that's what you have to do. If finding the books are tough, then you have to get creative, and you're going to have to work a little bit harder than somebody that's in an area that's that it's easy. But remember those things, okay? You have to expand your sourcing, your styles. Don't just rely on one, like just a thrift store. You have to expand your sourcing opportunities, estate sales, flea markets, library bookstores. Those are all good ones in addition to your thrift stores. All right, you have to expand your geographic reach. Okay, remember that. Just look at the towns next door or the county next door. Okay, and then get creative with your online resources and advertising. Post those notes. Those are the big 3. And then fundamentally, set your expectations and be patient. It'll come. You do the work, it'll come. So that's it. Good luck. Happy hunting. Hope all this helps. Get out there and find them, list them, buy them. So that's good. We'll see you later. Bye.